Hi, I thought I'd show you how to do distant trees. Quite easy, but a lot of people find this particular technique a bit tricky. Right, so if you come in here, let me show you. I've got to this point now in Inverness Castle where I've got some distant trees. And I don't want to make them too fussy, so I'll show you a technique called broken wash, which I use all the time. So let's go here. I'm wanting a blue colour. Distant trees, you want it fairly blue, and obviously I want to keep it within the palette colours that I'm using here. Now you can see it's quite thick paint. I've only really got enough water on the brush just to dissolve the paint. So I've got a slightly bluey green. That in a minute. Take most of it off on a rag there. And I'm going to show you it on white paper because it's easier to see. I'm going to paint here with the body of the brush rather than the tip, and this is not the best sable because they're too soft. This is just a mixture brush. Right, so I'm going in now. You can see I'm trying to paint kind of like that, almost in an arc. Start off and then I paint, and what I'm doing is painting the peaks of the paper. If you remember in cross section, you've got a paper's kind of like that, and I'm just painting the top bit. So if I just, again, I'm just scraping and scrubbing slightly the paint off my brush. I'm wanting to leave some sky holes as well. So we've got something like that. Now, that's broken brushwork, and I feel that's a bit sort of samey. So what I do is just with a damp brush, I like to just dissolve a few edges. I just think it makes it just makes a nicer tree. Before it's completely dry, just give yourself a bit of a trunk. Don't be tempted at this point to go in with blue, or not blue, with brown, because the trees in the distance are usually the trunk, and the colour and the tone of the trunk and the foliage are the same, so don't find you need to do a different colour. Damp brush, because you need to plant your tree. There we are. That just gives it a better edge there. What I then do is get a small brush and go in with just exactly the same paint. Now you see I've got a few gaps here, so what I'm going to do is just, and again I haven't let the paint dry because I think it just all goes together better. So I'm just going to paint a few branches in these little sky holes here. So there, like that, and so there's my tree. Once that's dry, you can see I've been doing some here. If you feel that that isn't strong enough, what you can do, as I've done here in this painting for Linlithgow Palace, I've just waited till it's completely dry and I've put a darker tone on top. You don't have to do that, but sometimes you might just need to strengthen it up a little bit. So it's called broken brushwork. Now you can see I've also used this technique here to show cliffs, and that's pretty much the same. The only difference is I'm just going to use the same colour just to show you the technique. Instead of painting like that, I paint downwards like that. You always paint something in the contour which it is. So that there, and again I add a bit of water occasionally, is going to give you this effect here. So not the easiest technique, but it's all about having thick paint and taking quite a lot of the paint off on your brush. Anyway, have fun trying that. Thank you for watching. Bye.